Good afternoon, my friends. So I had been asked by some friends and fellow historical buffs, or even Renfair folk. My tent's usually solar powered, and I usually have the coolest tent in the summer. And it might not be the prettiest, but it is one of the more comfortable ones to stand in the dead of summer here. Obviously, I'm not doing a video because, well, not a solar oven video because the sun is just totally not there. But I had a lot of friends ask me about what my favorite portable solar gear is. So I just figured I'd make a quick video kind of going about what I like, what I don't like, what I use each thing for, because obviously I have quite a bit of gear. But that being said, which ones do I take the most? Which ones do I not take the most? Or, which ones do I take the least? Which ones do I use with caution? So without further ado, we'll kind of get going on there. We'll start with our little cheapy ones that we got from eBay here. This one, I don't remember what it claims to be, but it's just some cheap one right here. As you can see, it's got a couple of panels. It's just a flex panel. It's not half bad. Right now, it doesn't actually power my little fan right here. But in the summertime or when in the full sun, it actually does power it, which is kind of nice. This is supposed to be. It says 3.3 watts. But I have a hard time using I gotta dust those. My goodness. I have a hard time using them on my 10 watters. I'll get to that in a little bit. But these ones power them pretty nicely. They have a nice little light here. What I usually use these for, obviously these fold up really nicely. So, as you can see, I don't have the biggest hands, but as you can see, it's a really decent size. Folds up really nicely. You can throw it in a backpack and keep your phone somewhat charged. You can charge one of the smaller power banks, and I usually keep this in my backpack, and I can power like one of my smaller, or charge up one of my smaller power banks, or my phone. Say I'm out at the park with the girls and I forgot to charge my phone, or I'm listening to music or something like that, which kind of makes it nice. This one's very similar. This one's kind of neat though, because it is significantly smaller. And here's our little panels. This one I think has more power than this one, because when I tried plugging this in, there was a little bit of noise made with this one. There was quite a bit of noise, so it's not enough in today's light to power the fan with these per se, which is okay, not a big deal. Like I said, these are great to have. You can just chuck them in your backpack, and you can power your power banks, or you can power this. This is actually one of my favorite things to have. I'm going to try to include links to as much as I can, because these are fantastic. This one in particular, this has lights. Yeah, so it has lights, and then I don't know if you can see that, the bug zapper. The reason why this is probably one of my favorites is the bug zapper. You can hear that thing snap from like a couple of campsites over. It's how potent it is, and USB chargeable. So fantastic to have when you're camping, and as long as you have a USB cable, you can charge it that way. And then here we go here. This is actually the Gosun 10 watt panel. Let's see. I don't know if we're going to be able to power the fan with it or not. Let's see. Nope, we're getting noise. But we're not getting a whole lot. So this is a 10-watt panel. And typically this one doesn't necessarily run this anyway. What I do like about it, as you can see, it's very nicely sized. I usually keep it in like a 15-inch, I mean it's smaller than 15 inches, but I usually keep it in my 15-inch padded notebook sleeve. Make sure it doesn't get banged up too badly. Those are phenomenal for either charging power banks. This will take a while to charge your phone if you have a newer phone. But having like a backup to where you're just charging a power bank or your light, it's kind of nice to have. And it folds so flat. So it's really nice. You can just throw it in your backpack. This is the Renogy version of literally like pretty much the same thing. As you can see, this one lays flat where the other one doesn't. I use this one quite a bit. It's still the same wattage. It still does the same thing. I guess I use it more just because at the time they were really easy to get a hold of. And now I think that Renogy... I think Renogy actually discontinued those, which is too bad. And then next up is the Renogy eFlex 21. So I think this is the Renogy eFlex 10. So this is the Renogy eFlex 21. What's nice about this is it has 2 ports and a fairly decent, you know, you see some power banks that are solar ports that have like 2.0 amps, and that doesn't work when you have like a newer phone because then it just takes forever. The fun part about plugging these in is that you always get it wrong at least the first time, no matter if you did it right the first time. And let's see if I can get it plugged in. I'm actually using an extension cord because 99% of the time if I'm using this, I'm using an extension cord because this is one of my panels is usually propped up on the top of my canopy or my tent. Let me pause this real quick so I can plug it in. Here we go. I got it into a port. Let's see if it runs. Just pop that up there. There we go. We're getting some power. This will absolutely run it in the sun. Okay, so yeah, we're running really nicely. So yeah, this is the eFlex 21. I don't know if they're going to carry these anymore or not. When I did get them, they were a great investment, and they were so reasonably priced because a lot of places that you try to find like a 20-watt power bank, people are charging like hundreds of dollars at the time. I think this was like 50, 60 bucks. So it was actually a really decent investment. This is fantastic for running small watt appliances kind of like this. I love using that. In fact, I have this right here, which is the Arctic Air. This thing is a evaporative cooler. I love this. If you have like a smaller tent or like a 4-person or under size tent, this thing will keep you so comfortable if you're kind of in a drier area. I'm kind of curious to see if this will power this because I don't think I've tried it. This is supposed to be rated at 10 watts. So, come on. I have like the most stubborn ports here. Okay, and I already buttoned this up. Sorry guys. So here we are. And I got that propped up right here. And then let's see if we can get it to work. Oh, not quite. Hey, I can just hang it up. I have a fun little setup here. I do a lot of charging on my solar. I just run my fans and stuff in here on my solar. This is the hottest room in the house. There you go. It is swinging a bit. Ooh, oops. if we were a little bit sunnier, this would actually run this, which is kind of nice. Again, if you had an extension cable on it, you could have that running out of the tent or inside the tent and keep your tent cooler while you are doing whatever you're doing during the day. So this was a really nice investment. Next up is the Gosun 30-watt solar panel. What I like about this is it has a USB port. It also has a DC port, because if you're already familiar with Gosun products, you can charge your 144 and your 266. This is the 266, which I'll get to when I get to the little power bank area time. But you can charge those with that, and it works really nicely. It will also run that. So if you were wanting to run this during the day on just the power bank, or I'm sorry, just on the solar panel, you could do that and then use this and run it at night, and that would run all night to keep you nice and cool while you're camping. And you can still charge your phone with it, because it's, 266 watt hours, which is really nice. And then this one is the eFlex 50 from Renogy. This is probably one of my favorite ones, and I'll show you how much of my favorite it is. The stands on it are kind of breaking down on me because I use it probably that much. What's really nice about this one, comes with a little pouch. It comes with a whole bunch of little adapters to be able to power DC power. It comes with solar adapters and DC power. What do you need the DC power for, Yvonne? I mean, other than, certain other things. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to tell you or not, but I have been known to charge those with my Renogy 50-watt panel. They're rated for the same thing, but I don't necessarily recommend doing that if you want to maintain your warranty. But I've always had really good customer service. It has a nice light panel. So this also charges the Phoenix 200 and 300 from Renogy. Like I said, I'll get to those when we get to power banks. These are probably some of my favorite things to take with me, like almost anywhere. So next up, we have, and the eFlex 50, I think might also be discontinued. So if you can find one, even like aftermarket or something, like on eBay or something, like if it's brand new in package, obviously, I would recommend it. This is a really, really nice buy. This is the Renogy 50-watt panel right here. Why did I get it? Because it's rigid, and for my Ren fairs and stuff, I really want to do more rigid stuff because it's a little bit more sturdy. And I live where it's really, really windy. What's nice about this is you obviously, Renogy has a lot of the cables and connectors you need. So I have it connected up, let me find the end, to the DC, there we are, the DC connector to charge these. So that way I can run those pretty well indefinitely throughout Ren Fair. And last but not least, on the solar panels, let's see if I can do this without causing a chaotic mess. This is the Lion Energy 20-watt panel. Now, the Lion Energy 20-watt panel is being discontinued. They are on sale right now for like $8. So that something to bear in mind. This is a 20-watt panel for $8 right now. And I don't know if the shipping is free, but it's absolutely 100% worth it. This is one of my favorite panels of all time. When I realized they had a sale, I may or may not have bought more. And what you can see is the stats on this. This charges everything so fast. And so what's nice, okay, so we'll start off at the beginning. This right here, this goes into the Lion Cub Go, which has been discontinued. So this is why these are being discontinued. This is for the Lion Cub Go. This charges it up really quick. So if you can find one brand new and you can get this, we'll get there, but I do actually recommend it. But also, really awesome, you have 2 USB ports right here, and they still have that kind of a superpower charge from these. And it's obviously a rigid panel. Fantastic. It's not really small by any means, but it is portable. I think that's probably why the whole setup was being discontinued, but I absolutely love it. 100% recommend it. I will be including links for this because I absolutely 100% recommend this particular panel. In fact, I have another one set up right here, charging another power bank as we speak, because I do keep power banks charged. My kids like to keep their tablets and stuff charged, and they will take off with my power banks. So as long as they don't unplug them and leave the panels unplugged, we're good. So, all right, moving on. We have, sorry guys, I have a complete and total tangled mess over here because I was just kind of in a hurry to get this all set up. So right here, this is what's charging on that panel right there. This is the Lion Energy Prowler. So if I was going to go with a USB only or a wireless charge only power bank, this would be my choice. It is fantastic. It is a nice size power bank, and it actually has a lot of power. Let's see if I can angle it right so you can see. This is really nice. A nice charger. I made this to go with the cord, so the cord goes on there, but I'm using the Lion Energy 20 watt panel to charge it because I can. And like I said, it charges fairly fast. I actually drained this the other day. I think I charged 2 tablets. I charged my smartphone 2.5 times, and I charged something else on it. I think my headphones on it. So it's actually a really good sized bank. Love this bank, and highly recommend it. This is the Lion Energy Cub Go. This has been discontinued, so if you can find it brand new somewhere, I do like it. I like it a lot. Initially, when I first bought it, it was the smallest one with an AC port, which is awesome. So cool. I got this because my kids do K-12 schooling at home, and we can travel. And that being said, space is everything. So when you're in like a minivan or whatever, so this was just so I could plug in their computers and run their computers off of that while they do their virtual classes. And there was the input port that matches the input ports on the 20. This is really cool. And ironically, Lion Energy, this is gonna fall over, so I gotta fix it. Lion Energy is replacing that with something I just dropped. Fantastic. This is the Trek, the portable unit. I will include links for this. This is actually really neat. I haven't used it a whole lot yet. I have been charging a couple things here and there. What's nice is it actually has, oops, hello, it's upside down, has displays. So as you can see, I already charged some. This is the second time I've fully charged it, but it's already at 95% because I charged my headphones. You have 99 hours left. What's really nice is you can see how many watts something's pulling the power from. And then you have 150 watt peak on this, but 99 watt hours on this. So if you were like, if you're going somewhere where you're camping and you just need something to charge your computer because you need inspiration, so you need to plug your computer in, it's perfect. If you need something to charge your camera, however you want to do, this is phenomenal. If you're doing a mobile unit, I have a lot of friends who do bicycle camping. This is probably one of my better picks of this. They do have a 50-watt flex panel. I don't have that right now. I couldn't get a hold of one of those, but I'm not in a place where I need to be leaving with this just yet anyway, since it's, dead of winter. So that being said, they do have a 50-watt panel that goes with this that they recommend charging with that, which is absolutely phenomenal. So I'll include a link to that too, because that's pretty neat. And then I know you guys have seen me talk about, oh, that's the other thing, with the Cub Go. Just kind of a wink, wink, nod, nod, nudge, nudge kind of thing. This also has a 12-volt lighter port, which is nice if you have the chill. That way, if you need to charge this up, this will kind of back it up for a little while while you charge the chill, which is, or charge that for running the chill, because this will run it for 24 hours. I do believe, I can't remember the stats on this. This is 120. So this will run it for about 8 hours. And depending on the panel you use, this will either charge in a couple hours, or like it might take the whole day of sun to charge, depending on the solar panel you use. Last but not least, when it comes to some of my favorite power banks, is actually the Renogy Phoenix 300 and 200, just depending on what I need to use it for. This will run my husband's CPAP machine, which is great. It also has a 12-volt port. So you can run this for 24 hours on the chill as well. It has a lightning, so it has a speed charge. It has some really nice stuff. It also has little flashlights. I love these. These are also on sale in Renogy. I do actually love these. They are a little bit bulky, so if you were, I wouldn't say bicycle camping, if you're regular camping and you need to run like a CPAP, or if you just want to run this, for example, where this will run it straight without charging for like 30 hours. But so if you had just these two, and this kind of stacks on top there if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it because you can put water in there. But if you're doing that in the tent, it takes up a little bit of space, not a whole lot of space, and you can keep your tent really cool. So those are my picks for favorite things, portable tech that I like to take with me. I don't necessarily take everything all at once. It does definitely come down to what do I need. So, but if I need to make space for more stuff, like if I'm working a vendor event, obviously I'm going to pick a smaller thing. And if I need something for a bigger event, like my Ren Fair events, where I have two or 10 by 20 setup plus a 4-person tent, this, I'd probably take these two, this, and just have the array, and then have a whole bunch of fans set up, because during Ren Fair it's actually quite warm. But yeah, I will include links if I can get all of the links lined up for you guys, so you can explore and decide if you want to invest in it. I do heavily recommend it, and I don't normally do stuff like that, but I do heavily recommend the 20-watt panel, just because it does charge things a lot faster. So if you wanted to run your fan wherever I set my fan down. So say you're at your kid's sporting event, it's hot outside, you set your fan up, you can set that on top of a canopy, and you have the fan blowing on you, which is really nice. So, and at $8 a pop, or $9 a pop, or whatever it is, it's going to be with tax. I absolutely recommend it. Hopefully that answers a lot of your guys' questions. For everybody who has asked me about my portable gear and has seen me in person, you know, come across me in person and is like, hey, what are your recommendations for this, this, and this? I can always go in more depth, even though this is kind of my cooking channel. I can always go in more depth to help you guys out. This is just my setup for portable stuff. I do have DIY panels and stuff like that set up for bigger. It's got a little flashlight too. See, I turned it on. It does. I do have DIY setups with panels and whatnot for running, you know, my shed over there, or just running my workshop out in the back, so that way I'm not really connected to the house and it's kind of off grid. Also, I have it so it's portable, so when I'm going to when I'm camping at like family activities or whatever, I can keep my camper or my tent, depending on what kind of family activity is and where we're at. I can keep it running nice and cool, because, you know, like I said, it gets pretty warm where I'm at. So that being said, I hope this answers everybody's questions. I hope you guys check out the links down below with the Gosun stuff. If you want 15% off of your purchase, I will include the sales code, or yeah, it's a sales code, my ambassador code that'll give you 15% off. And then I will include some links to Lion Energy. You will also get a discount, from my understanding, because I will include affiliate links. It won't cost you anything. It'll just give you a discount, which is really nice. I do not have an affiliation with Renogy. I do have a lot of their stuff, but I do like their stuff. They're really affordable, just like most of the stuff I get when they're on sale, and they're like deep discount sale, and they're super affordable. So, just so a lot of people I know have been wondering, well, why do you have so much stuff? Well, I get it. I get it when everything's on sale, and I save up for things while they're on sale and get them at a discounted price, and then and that way I can use them and help other people know how to use them as well. So I hope to see you guys next time. Hopefully the next video will be a solar video where we have some nice sun. If not, I actually have a new cooking gadget I want to try out and show you guys, and we'll probably be actually featuring the 244 as well. So I'll see you guys next time.